Thank you, Jain Sab, Sone Sab, and members of the gathering here. Good evening, everybody. Jain Sab here has been doing yeoman service for artists, promoting them, organizing exhibitions. As Soni Sab has said, Jain Sab has the ambition to carry his exhibition to 100 countries, for which I salute him. Now, they say that art transcends all boundaries. Differences may be there amongst people, amongst nations. There may be skirmishes here and there. But when it comes to art, it transcends all boundaries and all the differences are forgotten. Whatever Mr. Jain is doing is in that direction, because he believes that uniting people of various countries around the globe is through art. There may be lots of differences. Today we have battles going on, Ukraine and Russia, but I think Mr. Jain can also bring them here, because after all, art transcends all boundaries. Now, coming to this short film, A Mistake, Kevin De Mello was introduced to me by a junior colleague of mine. So now there have been so many accidents which have caused fatalities. Somewhere about 4 to 5 years back, the Motor Vehicles Act has been amended. Penalties have been made stringent. We've been given POS machines to book cases for traffic violations. But besides that, there has to be awareness among students. That begins at the school. We also carry drives for awareness. We have a special team going to schools throughout Goa. And a short time ago, about 3 to 4 months back, there was a spate of accidents where minors were involved. These accidents or mishaps resulted in death. Lives were snuffed out in Vasco. In one such case, the minors who were driving, they had taken a vehicle on hire. Of course, the owner is at fault over there, but perhaps he didn't know that the law has become stringent. Like the movie says, the owner is liable for letting minors take the vehicle, drive the vehicle. There is imprisonment beginning from 3 years and fine of 25,000. The minor driver goes to a child home, children's welfare home. He is also, because under Juvenile Justice Act, we cannot put them in prison. These minors have to be produced before child welfare officer. The child welfare officer will prepare his report, and the report and the minor are placed before the Juvenile Justice Board. In one such case, that child has been asked to assist traffic police in traffic regulations. That may not be a punishment, but it will certainly stay etched in his mind. Besides that, under the new rules, he cannot get a license till he is 25, because he was driving and he had no license. There was another instance where a boy went to pick his brother In that instance, he borrowed somebody's bike and he knocked a lady who's a widow also. She had got a job in the municipality on compassionate ground. She has 2 minor children. Life was snuffed. This boy also has had to do such social work. The owner, of course, will face the penalty. Registration of the motorcycle is cancelled, like the movie says. And in fact, that must have been an inspiration for him to go about doing such a thing. We've been making so many attempts because each life lost is a loss to the country, the economy. Insurance companies have to pay through their nose. And we are the ones who contribute because it's public money. There will be orphans. In that case of that woman, there were 2 orphans. She lost her job, her life, and of course the children are orphaned. Now they're being looked after by their maternal uncles because the father was an only child. One thing I have to say is that licensing rules have to be made more stringent. Here, of course, the license is suspended if you are involved in a fatal accident, but it's a tedious process. We submit a report, then there are hearings. Now, even in the case of these minor drivers, they say the parents go to jail, but the onus is not on the parents, it is on the investigation authority to prove that the parents had knowledge that their children would be taking the vehicle for a drive. On many occasions, it becomes difficult to prove. And of course, we have public prosecutors. They can engage. If they have money, they will engage the best lawyers. And they'll get away with it. Of course, that other thing is there, that the child may have to go to a welfare home or do this traffic regulation and all. But my request to all of you here is to think, especially be aware of the traffic rules. It's not much. There have been instances, now we've got underpasses, especially in Goa. You see people have a blatant disregard for rules, traffic rules and regulations. They wouldn't mind taking the shortcut, even a break in the median divider, they will take the bike through, not caring for their life. They will try, because as per road safety, the Road Congress guidelines, between each break in the median, there has to be a distance of not less than 500 at the minimum. Otherwise, normally it's a kilometer. Going around a kilometer will not save you much. After all, today fuel is around 100 rupees a liter and it won't make much of a difference. But cutting through the median, there is a possibility you may lose your life. 3 days back, sir of course is in Goa, so he knows very well, he's acquainted with Porvorim. We have the mall over there and there's the median. There was a gap in the median. There's a mattress shop across the mall. This employee, he takes the shortcut through the median. He takes his bike. There's an oncoming swift car. He goes bang in front of the car. Car has no chance to avoid him. A fatality. He's lost his life. For us, he becomes a statistic. This statistic goes before the Supreme Court mandated Council on Committee on Road Safety. It's just a statistic. Insurance also, he may not get his parents. He was unmarried, fortunately. Parents may not get, because today most of the insurance companies are privatized, and for them it's a business. It's no longer a social cause. So they will engage the best of lawyers to say that he has broken the traffic rules and that he is not entitled to any insurance, any claim. Claim will get rejected. So my only request to you, since Jain Saab has given me this opportunity to speak, is to follow the rules. Don't worry about taking the roundabout. Do not cut through the median, because it's possible that you may lose your life, and losing your life, you will put several persons to grief, your family members, your acquaintances, and that's all I ask for you. DG Saab, Mr. Jaspal Singh gets panicky when there's a fatal accident. He says we are to blame. I tell him, sir, he in fact is publicly apologized. I tell him, sir, there are so many factors, negligence. Even last night we have had a fatal accident close to Margaon. In Goa, this is the Urak season. And Urak is heady, it hits you to the head, especially when there is a breeze. This gentleman must have had his Urak. The helmet was round his hand. He was going at full speed, and there was a mini van ahead of him. That van, because a dog was crossing the road, he slowed down. The fellow banged into the rear. He started bleeding, he bled to death. So, another thing is, two-wheeler riders, if at all they are here, whenever you ride, remember to wear the crash helmet and to strap it. Because without strapping the crash helmet, it's as good as you not wearing any helmet. Thank you so much. I hope that you will follow my few words of advice. Thank you.